Hi, I'm Mrs. Ryan. I've been teaching at Atlanta Christian Academy for the last 4 years. Prior to that, I taught for 10 years at another school. I teach 7th and 8th grade language arts and 6th grade Bible this year.
Our first question for you is, what is your understanding of anxiety and its impact on students?
Okay, so anxiety is a chemical imbalance typically that occurs in the mind, creating different feelings inside of kids or adults too, where they are nervous or they feel overwhelmed by things, and sometimes their thoughts get jumbled and they have a hard time with focus and attention to what needs to be done, and they feel very overwhelmed. In students, especially in the classroom, this can present like inability to focus on their assignments or just needing a break from work that's being done. Sometimes it leads kids to not feeling well. Sometimes they just need a break from their class for a moment and can return and refresh their minds.
Our second question for you is, what strategies do you implement in the classroom to create a supportive environment for anxious students?
So in my classroom, I try to keep things pretty straightforward. I try to give kids an understanding of what's going to be happening in our day. I now try to write down everything we're going to be doing in class so kids know what to expect as they come in. I remind kids about upcoming assessments, things like that might cause some anxiety. And I offer health class for students who might struggle on concepts so they don't feel like they need to get all their questions in during class period. I also offer students the opportunity to talk to me if they need to, or just give them a safe place to be if they're feeling anxious or nervous. I know that sometimes that's not always possible in class period, but afterwards or beforehand, if the student needs time or space, I try to make myself or my room available for that.
Our third and final question is, what advice would you give other educators regarding the support of students with anxiety?
So the advice I would give other educators regarding supporting students with anxiety is get to know your students. Understand where they're coming from in certain situations, because anxiety can present very differently in everybody. So if you know your students and you know that something might be off or a little bit different that day, don't be scared to have a conversation with them. Like, try to get to the bottom of it before you jump to conclusions, and just do your best to support your students in everything that you can, because we go through a lot as adults, but as far as students are concerned, sometimes we don't know what they're dealing with, and that can make their school day hard. So just be as supportive as possible with your students and as understanding as you can be to maintain a healthy environment in your classroom.